Hello, well this is a video to show you how you can complete a BS 11000 gap analysis. When you first start, I recommend that you do initial gap analysis, and that helps you to understand how much you have in place already. And remember, BS 11000 is a framework specification, so it's not about recreating or making more work for yourself. It's reusing processes and systems and tools that you have in place already. So the first thing that we put together is something that's very visual and collaborative for you. Here you can see the 8 stages, starting from clause 3 awareness down to clause 10, the exit strategy, and we've color coded them down along the bottom here with a suitable image showing what this particular stage is about. And what I'm just going to show you quickly is how you can do some of the gap analysis very quickly. You can do it online with colleagues in different places and locations, or you can do it in a workshop type environment. As you can see, I'm just hovering over the working together item here, and if you notice, if I go back again, you notice we have a thumb which is liking and another thumb which is disliking, and we're going to use these to vote whether you think like is being compliant, that we're doing this already and it's working well, or you're going to use the dislike to say no, we're not compliant and we need to do this, or we've got some extra work to make it better. So let's go on to the next view. So on the left hand side here I've got the dislike count, which is zeros, and I've got the like count, which is 0. And what I do with people is we go through and have a look at this and say, well, do you think you have you're fully aware of the collaborative working and whether the collaborative approach is right for you? And if everyone says yeah, I think we do, we can vote a like and so forth. And when we come out from that, we can then see when we move it, it automatically updates into the like count. Now maybe one of the things which a lot of people don't have is, well, do you have an exit strategy? Well, no, we don't. So we click on the dislike, and we can now see that we have one vote saying that we don't have an exit strategy, and we've counted that as a dislike, saying we're non-compliant, and we have one saying yes, we do, as a like count. And you can go through all of these and vote. And if I show you the next view, so here I've got all of the clauses now, so nobody's voted on these. We've got 0, 0, and we can see some which I've done already and the one I just did a moment ago. And if we wanted to have a look more closely, so if I pick this particular one here, which is 3.1, initiating the relationship management plan, if I just open that one up a moment and say, well, what does that really mean? What we can do here is we can go across, have a look at the clause itself to see what it's talking about, so I understand what's being asked for, and after reviewing that, actually answer the question, are we compliant? And I'll say no, we don't have anything like that, so I'm going to vote a dislike and put in here we have no such document in place with any of our existing partners. Okay, oops, I've done a typo here, so let's just correct that. And when I do that, I just hit click. So now we can see that when I voted on it, we can see what my comment was, when I did it, time and date stamp. So there's an audit trail of that. I could also add some resources where I might say, well, we don't have a relationship management plan, but if I thought there was a document that was similar or we could use, then I could actually make a link file or upload a file, so either create a URL link to it or actually get the document, put its name, and then I could select a document by document to upload, which opens up, and I could select the file I want. I can also put a tag, so I might put RMP for example as a tag, and I would add it and I would upload that document, so either link to it to your SharePoint server for example, or actually upload the document into this particular item that we've created. I'm not going to do that here, I'm just going to close that. So what you can see, what you're quickly doing is under this particular clause we're showing relationships to other items. In this case it's to the awareness one. We're actually understanding what the clause is. we're actually voting to see whether or not we are compliant or not, and we're able to capture comments, and then we'll also be able to provide evidence as to resources that we have in place that we could reuse, or to websites that we want to refer to. And very slowly as you move on other parts, we can actually start to see whether we're compliant and what stage of completion we're at later on as you progress through your implementation of BS 11000. The output of that can then be such things where you can start developing a timeline as to when you're going to put all these non-compliance issues and correct them. So we put a project timeline at a high level together. This view here is just showing you all of the items by category, and we can do that in ascending orders as well. So this is ascending icons by name in ascending. I could actually do that by the numbers of like counts, which is I compliance, and then they will actually reorder themselves automatically because it's just like the number of clients. And then we should be able to see here that this one here is has a dislike, whereas this one over here has a like. So these are the worst ones and these are the good ones along here. And I think I got another one in here which I showed, which I did earlier. Yeah, it's got a like count as well. So from the non-compliant to the ones that haven't been voted along here, for example, we've got no voting, to the ones where actually a dislike, and those will be in ascending votes. What does that all look like towards the end? Well, what you're able to do then, based on that voting and based on further discussion, it might be that you disliked it, it's non-compliant, but actually you want to say it's not compliant, but it's only minor issues. So here we have this grid by category on the left hand side, whether it's non-compliant, i.e. it doesn't exist at all, we don't do it, or we have something and we just need to do minor changes, or we have it and we're using it and it's in place and we can do that. So very quickly you get a good overview as to how compliant you are with BS 11000. The other views that we have here are just broken down into the various categories, into stages, my mistake, that just give you a bit more granularity. So I hope that helped you, and if you want to find out more, then please contact me, and I can set up so that you can start having a workshop using this type of tool to help you work out the gaps for your BS 11000. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.